One season has gone by here with the Maple Leafs in this rebuild. How do you start off the next season?
Another rebuild.
No lines. MMC Nation, it is your boys, Chef Tom, the Jeff Meister. We are getting ready to get into season number 2, Toronto Maple Leafs rebuild, guys. This is our second shot out of 5. Remember the rules. To get the job done, okay, and turn this team around.
Wasn't a pretty offseason.
Not in the slightest.
Not a pretty offseason.
Not in the slightest. So, what do we have to do? Make some changes. Some names you might not be seeing is Matt Duchene. He's gone. Why? Because the guy asked for like $9 million to stay in Toronto. We're like, nongi.
Role players are asking for like 4+. Gourde, Berlin come to mind.
Gone. So, without further ado, folks, here's the lines going into this beginning of this season. Oh boy! Yeah. Yeah.
Now, not all this is trade-based. Some of
No.
this, like, we did sprinkle in some free agency.
A little bit
With
of free agency.
Evs.
So,
With Ryan.
acquisitions. This is trades. Huberdeau and Trocheck, the two big boys, phenomenal seasons last year with their respective teams. We're like, let's bring in, you know, some guys who maybe we've never had before. Again, this is the MMC now building without our own personal feels, but just making a successful team. And we feel like these two, they've played together on Florida. They're going to have some chemistry.
Bring the chemistry over.
Feeling good about it. Chef Tom alluded to it. Our new top-line winger, Jordan Eberle, acquired via free agency. We needed more scoring.
He was one of the top guns, too.
He was. He
So
was
we were able to pull that out.
60-point guy last year, scored like 30 goals. That'll help out the top line. More depth. So second line, you see Braden Point making his way as a centerman now, officially. Toffoli and Arvidsson, names you guys know. More depth for the bottom 6 now. So Chef Tom loves his boy. We acquired Derek Ryan.
Great shutdown. Bottom 6 player.
You love him. You love him. We went out, Josh Anderson, nice acquisition, a guy me and Chef Tom both love, grinds it out, can score 20, 25.
Yep.
Good for us. Marcus Johansson, we kept him around because he did have a great season after we acquired him last year.
He's a player that can move up and down the lineup if, God forbid, one of these guys fall.
Bingo. Injuries never do us any well. Now, what else do we get from there? Fourth line, we brought in a little Sam Bennett. See that beard? That's a beard for success.
Yep.
So beard guy's in. We brought in Nick Baptiste, another guy, size, speed, skill, a Chef Tom type player.
A little bit of spunk.
A little spunkiness, just
Little
for that
spunk.
bottom 6.
Never a bad thing.
And last but not least, another great bottom 6 grinder, Scott Wilson. Not a big sizey guy, but man, he can skate. He's got decent hands, and he'll grind the shit out of line. So, with that being said, did we make any changes on the defense?
To me, defense is where we vastly improve.
Oh yeah, we did. You guys are going to see a more well-rounded defense now. So, you'll see Big Z is gone. Unfortunately, the numbers didn't make sense. We had to make some changes. So, Charlie McAvoy is now on the top line with Nikita Zadorov. To try and make some other things better with regards to defense, we're like, okay, I see you, Jacob Trouba, and sprinkling a little Essa Lindell, a coming-out player this year for Dallas. And to finish it off, you recognize Sammy Girard. We went out. We got Joe Pesci's nephew, Brett Pesci.
It's a great bottom pairing. Like, there's not, to me, a flaw in the thing.
So, no, he's not Joe Pesci's, nephew, in case you're saying it, but he's going to be my cousin Vinny.
I won't lie, I was going to fact check that for a bit there.
That's been a running joke with the MMC boys for quite some time, but again, a guy who plays a great defensive game. He's been major for Carolina this season with their push. He's been phenomenal with the jerks. Sam Girard, great offensive player. We feel like, again, really well-rounded for us. And guys, no big changes on the goaltending side.
There's nothing to be had.
No, Vasilevsky jumps to 89. Forsberg holding at that 79-80. Looking good. Now, it is time to get into the simulation, Chef Tom. Are you ready?
So we're hoping to make the playoffs this year. That's our goal.
But can we discuss how we've made this team but still have cap available?
Key.
Absolutely key. All right, so let's sim it up to, let's say, maybe November. Go November. We'll go end of November, right here before the Islanders. So we'll start with Montreal. We'll end with Montreal. There we go. Good job. They expected us to win the first meeting. So we won game 1. That's an extra 30K coming in for us. Oh, I'm okay with that. 3-2.
That's a close one.
That's a typical opening night against the Habs. I'm okay with that. A close loss there with Anaheim. It's fine. Another win there. Jersey, we'll take that all day. What else we got here? Columbus comes to the pipeline. That's a dub.
They were 6 games in already. They were 7 games. They're 1-5-1.
I'm loving this right now. Okay, here we go.
Booma.
Lance Booma coming down the pipeline here. Let's see what he's about. I necessarily don't think we need... No, 78.
This is excessive.
You're a fourth liner. Look, 1.62 million, 2 years.
No.
Not even worth the go. Central scouting. We're not worried about scouting right now.
Thing.
Okay, so a name that we did acquire for some depth. Tony DeAngelo.
Because we saw how bad our defense got towards the back end.
Oh, it was trouble.
For injuries.
It was trouble.
So DeAngelo's got to stick around.
Yeah.
Great value, a second and a fourth.
It
but
is.
We need that.
But again, we have 5 years, and picks coming up in 2 drafts from now is not going to get us anywhere. So we will decline that. We'll keep pushing forward here. In any circumstance, we might look into that. But not now. Not with how this is leading out to be.
They're all on us right now.
Jeff Carter, a 3rd and a 6th for DeAngelo, a 2nd from Colorado, and our 1st rounder. No, again, contract-wise, like, none of that really makes sense for us.
Maybe it was Jeff Carter, like, circa 3-4 years ago.
And another one. Here we go. So, Dadonov. So, they want us to finish the Florida
Just
top
take on
line.
Florida.
Yeah.
Just bring them on.
A 1st and DeAngelo. So, again, they're knowing that we're all in.
Apparently, DeAngelo's just,
but we're not doing it.
Everyone's hot topic.
He was a small acquisition I made before we finished.
M.A.?
That is an interesting one, but again, a 1st and a 3rd. I mean, I don't think we need it. I like our depth right now. The team is 5-2-1. We know, obviously, guys now who will be available in a short span here for us. Okay, so
everyone's got a hard on for DeAngelo.
We are apparently a top trading team in the first month of the season, which is ridiculous.
One thing I will say for NHL 19 that I like is that they've really the dynamic for the trade block is huge now. Like, they will actually research your trade block and see who you have up there. So this tells me DeAngelo is probably there.
He apparently is a guy who people want. I mean, we didn't put him on the trade block. So we've actually fallen to 500 now. Okay, finally back over. A little bit of a weird start for us here. Some inconsistencies. A 2nd, a 3rd for a 3rd in DeAngelo. Like, stop giving us these.
Back-to-back shutouts.
That's a slapping right there.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Vegas was not a great team, but
Atkinson again. Now they lowered the ask.
They lowered it to a 2nd and a 3rd.
DeAngelo, 2nd and 3rd. Okay, so I'm curious to see what Atkinson
now
is up to.
Your interest?
Now, he has 6 years. It's 5'8", which isn't terrible.
I thought he'd be higher. I thought he'd be over the 5.
9 points, 18. He's 84. I mean, I don't understand why this would be a need for us. What did you do last year? 47 points. This is not something I'm willing to go out and pay almost $6 million for. So
like, maybe if they drop DeAngelo and it's a 2nd and 3rd, maybe I'd be.
I mean, again, where's he going? We have Toffoli. You got Ebbs. You got legitimate wingers now. I don't know necessarily.
And Johansson providing the depth there as well. So
bingo.
I hear you.
So I think we can move along here. I'm not understanding our record right now.
We started pretty high.
We're bouncing up and down. Maybe we're just waiting for something to kind of.
Oh, here we go. Montreal.
To turn over. Okay.
There's a 2nd defeat of Montreal.
There's a couple dubs in a row. Lost to Colorado. Well, the Marlies are essentially on the same path we were. They started off fantastic. Now they're about a 500 team at best. So Dadonov conversation pops up again here. I mean, I don't know.
Here, jerks.
A 1st for Dadonov, I'm still not getting myself, to be honest. Okay, here we go. So weaker than normal.
So that means we should maybe entertain leaving our 1st.
Wow.
Getting rid of our 1st.
A 1st, Suglobov, and a 6th for Evander Kane and Derek Englund.
Be a completely different approach to the team.
So,
Evander Kane's going to be a premier power forward.
This is a big one. 6 years at $7 million for a 1st liner. So he's 84. But he's got 13 points in 17 games.
Pretty good.
What did he do last year? See, 42 and 77. I can't buy into it. He's a consistent 20 goal scorer. Don't take that away from him. But he's making $7 million. Like, that to me, for a value perspective, doesn't make sense.
I will tend to err with the other side. I think that was a great value trade there.
$7 million for 20 goals?
I mean, hey.
I mean, he's not Nylander. Don't get me wrong.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Another big one here. So, Hedikin, a 1st and a 2nd for Orlov Stasny, and a 3rd and a 4th.
This trade doesn't make sense.
I mean, a couple older guys. But again, given the circumstance of what we're situated in here,
7-1
we are built to win quickly. So that is the crazy part of this whole thing now, right? This is not the typical MMC way of doing things.
This is 2 months in, Jeff.
We are.
We are sitting at, what is that, 29 points.
Yep.
Where are we with our team? Producing. Let me see the line.
I almost feel like I need one more month.
You want to give it another?
I feel like we got to get to Jan, get to, 2020 and 2020 and figure out what do we have. Like, shit or get off the pot, Toronto. What deals we have to make? What is going on here? So
well, we did learn that it's going to be a weak draft.
We did. So that for a trade,
take that into
for a trade perspective, going into the deadline, obviously something we'll keep in mind. But I feel like our team shows a lot better than what we're seeing right now. Like now we are 1 game under. If Tony's a big piece and we have depth behind him, maybe we look. Oh, look at this. Now we're 2 games under 5. Like, I don't know. We injured right now?
Well, that's why it's hard to say. Like, the injury bug is what really, I think, caught up to us last year.
Well, yeah.
And we barely missed the playoffs last year.
There was no doubt that last year was an injury-plagued season. I mean, look at this right now. We're just falling apart. So we got
Niners are holding on.
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team now. 15-8-4. They're pulling away a little bit.
But,
there we go. Okay, we got the dub. So we can potentially go into January as a 500 team. And this will do it. Is Arizona? No. Okay, so 2 games under 500. We're at the beginning of January. Let's assess. Let's see what we got going for, you know, numbers-wise. Like you said, who's performing, who's not. I think that's going to be a telltale sign for us here. So, Jebs, leading the way with 32-40.
So he's making it worth his, like, our contract. He's earning his spot.
He's definitely there. So
Huberdeau's there.
I'm assuming he's also leading in goals based on what we're seeing here. So yes, 14.
So 40 games in, we have 2 goal scorers in double digits. To me, that's not good enough.
No. And again, so Arvidsson, a little bit slow to the punch, but 25-38. So he obviously was injured. Point 22-38 to Foley 25. I mean, who really, like Huberdeau 32 as well. So they're tied in points, but he's not scoring. Mind you, he's an
setting
assist.
them up.
He's an assist guy, which makes sense.
Our top, I guess theoretically, you can say our top 2 lines are running.
They are moving. I mean, obviously, there's some defensive discrepancies here. Like, you know, Lindell -8, Trouba -9. There's Sorrell. Okay, and how about our goaltending? So goaltending, I don't feel like was an issue for us last year. And really, it's not again.
That's respectful.
You got sub-2 GAAs, 920 save percentage for both. We might need a splash. Do we look for it early to give them time before the trade deadline?
I agree.
Okay, guys. We're going to bounce out here for a second. Potentially look for a trade.
Get some goals happening.
We'll follow up, you guys. Stay tuned. Guys, what a task that was.
Not pretty. We did part with the first.
We did. We thought this year doesn't make sense. It was a weak draft. So, we brought in some center depth. You see Alex DeBrincat, Danton Heinen, 2 quality players.
Makes us that much deep.
Having some good seasons. We're hoping that can kickstart the offense, get things rolling through here. And let's see how the sim goes now. Now, what is your feel on where we need to sim to at this point?
At this point, I think you have to go to the trade deadline.
Right to the deadline?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll take us up to, I believe we're going to be in March. Nope, looks like late Feb this year. Yep, late Feb. So we'll come up here right to the Flyers game.
This begs the question now.
Let's see if this rolls.
What is your expectation? Where do we have to be over?
Jack Johnson. I mean, if we're going to be buyers at the deadline, make another deal, like I'm hoping we're at least like 10 games over. 8 to 10 games.
How much is it going to hurt you now if we're a top 5 pick?
Again, I mean, we're at that situation right now where typically it would mean a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, when we're battling with a short 5-year turnover, it's tough, man, because as much as these draft picks might be fantastic, you might get a franchise player, but he's going to start off as a 70, and really, do you have time, or even an 80? Do you have time to wait for his growth to kind of kick in? So, I mean, we're kind of strapped based on what we need to work with here. But, you know, I think our team might still pan out. We got some time. We have some time.
I mean, we've gone 500. That's what we've done.
Okay, it's a big one. So they're
Bring
trying
back?
to get... So,
No.
returns.
No.
I don't care if you kept your receipt. You keep him. He's yours now. So Tony is still a hot commodity. So something we can probably still note.
But we did see that Tony was filling in for Pesh because Pesh was out.
He was. Joe Pesci's nephew. Like my cousin Vinny. He is out with an injury. So we're only 2 games under.
A ton of overtime losses.
We do, but you know what? The points add up.
Agreed.
We will definitely take those. The Marlies are just killing it right now. Love what I'm seeing from them. So 2 games under again.
They got more points than us right now.
We're battling out this 2 games under. Look at this. Back and forth, back and forth. Now falling 3 under. Almost 10 overtime losses, though. No less. So
yeah, but I mean, what? That's 42-9?
I mean, still potential here. We're rocking and rolling, Chef Tom. I believe in the boys.
Theoretically, we got to be at least an 85-point team.
You would hope. Yeah.
At minimum.
Like, I don't want them.
To have a sniff of the playoffs. Not even make the playoffs. Have a sniff.
We're just taking L's, and it's just we're not scoring enough goals. I think that's really what I've taken away from this. The goal scoring has been absolutely atrocious.
It's
But
sporadic.
don't speak now. That's 8 goals in the last 2 games with a shutout.
Oh, there's Cammy again.
They're offering up Can one more time. Now, humor me. Has Cam picked it back up? Is he a depth winger we might need on this roster? They're looking to flip some salary. We got the space. He's got 34 and 57. He's a plus 10. Maybe something at the deadline that might come cheaper. If they're really needing to flip him, I'm still keeping him in mind. What do we got here? So, D'Angelo.
Oh, God.
I ain't trying to get no real Toronto Maple Leaf situation here with a 40-year-old Patty Marleau. I don't need that. You keep offering me the same deal, man. I'm not taking it. No, I don't want your picks. God, these guys are trying to annoy the shit out of us. Okay, so, if we win this game, we will be in the exact same situation we were. Right, again,
Now
same deal.
give us a 6th.
Third and a third. Go away. Okay, so Riley Smith and Dion Phaneuf being tossed around here. I got probably some curiosity on Riley.
Yeah, like Dion, maybe we can like flip him for a different piece.
I mean,
That's pretty good value for Dion.
The 7 mil is tough.
Like, we could maybe see if there's another piece that they can maybe.
No,
That's
what?
40. That's
40 points in 62 games isn't bad.
Any sign.
Isn't bad.
I can dabble with it. Okay, Phaneuf. Hit me Phaneuf. Hit X on Phaneuf. R3.
Oops.
X on Phaneuf. Now, let's scroll down to Phaneuf.
Go on, you saying you want to potentially look into a deal here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll be back. Guys, the chef has made a deal. So, Riley Smith, now a Maple Leaf, adding a little bit more depth, a lot more offensive-minded. We're taking away Marcus Johansson. We got rid of that contract.
Yep.
We got rid of a very slow-developing defensive prospect. A very, very minor pick. And we got Riley, and we got Colin White.
So we upgraded that Phaneuf. We were not happy with that
and we got center depth.
for days now.
And Colin White could be a trade piece. Now, funny enough, Chef Tom, here we are at the deadline. So, do you want to sim past Philly to see how this goes and stop on deadline day?
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, that we're going to be 1 game over or 1 game under. Hey, how much are we going to gain from this?
We'll see where we're at. That's a win.
Overtime win, huh?
Are we shoppers? We're close.
What's our lineups? Go to our edit lineups right now.
We are in.
Who's where?
We're in discussions, I feel like, right now. But let's see.
Where?
So, Riley's third line right now with Point and Anderson. Got
So
Heinen
White is
rolling.
not even dressed, is what I'm getting at right now.
Well, look at our center depth. That makes sense.
So what I'm saying is White, we could perhaps
Make a deal out of him. Get an upgrade somewhere.
bottom line. Knows gonna be Woolies on his 1 year.
Let's see. Definitely, obviously, I'm seeing an injury there with Trocheck. It's a playable injury. He's in the lineup. We are missing.
Lindell.
Yeah, Lindell's still injured. So, I think we definitely have to have a conversation. Go take a quick look to see what the deadline's looking like. Guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Wow. So, when the MMC is serious about winning, they make shit happen. Guys, Brendan Perlini stepping in here for Toffoli, having a much better season. Locked up longer, and he's got a better contract. You got Tyler Bertuzzi, a little throw-in into our deal.
He's also returning from Mississauga Ice Dogs.
Yes,
right
he is.
That's what he's doing.
Homage to the Ice Dogs there. The big one, though, on the defense. Dougie Hamilton, now part of this team. Loving it, man.
He's offensive
Absolutely loving
dynamite
it
right now.
And we got depth kicking around here. We're waiting for one injury to roll back around. This team's going to be firing all cylinders.
So Lindell's back. It's a different beat again.
So, Jeff Tom, are we okay with no more deals?
This is all we can do. Now it's on Toronto to do it for us. We're 6-4 in the last 10.
Okay.
So
we are simming.
I'll take that trend.
Let us sim.
Before you hit sim, looking at the playoffs, wild card right now is 69 points. We're at 63. That's 6 points difference.
Okay, so hold on. Let's even backtrack here. Let's go to March. We will go to mid-March. Let's go right here, right before Buffalo. Let's see where this leaves
So
us.
Buffalo to Buffalo again.
So we passed the deadline. We took out Buffalo on trade deadline evening, 2-0.
And they got swept 3-0.
Okay, well, I mean, it is Tampa. They are one of the better teams right now. Another tight 3-2 loss.
I'll take the tight games. I noticed that we were losing by 3-4
We were.
goals.
I mean, okay, goal scoring, beautiful. 1 game under 5. Oh, overtime loss.
Overtime loss.
Okay,
Overtime
500.
win.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Take out Florida. Overtime loss.
We're
Okay.
at 71 points.
71, Calgary. Come on, we need some dubs, boys. We need some dubs.
Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around. Let's get into the.
We gotta get hot.
500.
Right now, we gotta get hot.
500 is what we're looking for. There it is.
And they put us right back down.
Damn it.
Thanks, boys.
Right.
Wow.
So we're literally at
Overtime loss central, man.
We're literally at 500, Jeff.
Okay.
Before you sim, where are we in the standings? What do we need? What's our?
We are just battling.
Oh my god.
Battling
The
right
wild
now.
card is 82 points.
Yeah, that's not looking like our year, man. Looks like we might be going to season 3.
Okay.
Let's
Sim.
Let's sim it through, guys. Let's see where MMC decides to finish off this time. I mean, we were under 500 last year. So, can we finish over 500 this time?
I mean, you look at the overtime losses.
Well, they add up. That's 2 straight there. Come on, boys. Dub Central. It's a dub there. Let's go. Beat Boston. There we go. One more win. Let's go. One more win. Let's go. Take out Buffalo. Come on.
I don't know how you know. Come on.
We need this. We need the dub right now. They're 4-0 win.
Back-to-back shot. You know what? If you look at our last from the trade deadline, we were a better team than how we started.
Made some strides, I have to say.
We're not making the playoffs. 86 points.
86. It
We're
was
not making the
a
playoffs.
valiant effort.
I mean, who was the other playoff?
Towards the back end.
92. We were
90.
4 points out, technically.
92.
86 to 90.
If we caught a little bit of a hotter streak, a little bit sooner, we're in that discussion. But do not flinch on the Marlies, who are in the playoffs.
Okay.
So let's see how the Marlies go. Did we say who has to win the championship in the 5 years?
I wanted to see our stats at the end of the year.
We didn't get 41 sellouts. Okay, come on. We're on the right track right now, boss.
I think we got a pretty good product on the ice right now.
We do. I think we have a lot to be proud about. The Marlies finishing 47, 25, and 4 in their season.
Oh, we did. We did.
Marlies were rocking and rolling, man.
Yes. Okay.
Let's go, Marlies.
Lost game 1. Lost game 2.
They're gonna get swept.
1.
No.
1.
We're in it. There
Lost.
it is. Lost it in 5.
Hey, made it in 5. I'll take
right.
it. I'll take it.
Well,
That's it. Let's see where we ended up. See that line.
that's all that business.
Given we did acquire the Brinkat, so these numbers are not true.
They're a little.
Not true, but let's see the defensive numbers and see.
All right,
And
so
we'll cap it there.
our goal scoring leader this year, Alex DeBrincat, followed by Eberle Smith.
So Eberle is the true piece that we can say.
Almost 30 goal scorer. We love it. Smith, he brought some goals for us. We'll take that as well. Trocheck, 19. Heinen, 18. Perlini, 17. So we're a lot more well-rounded than we were prior. I think that's a key factor. Who was our assist machine? I would be surprised. Yeah, anybody but Huberdeau wouldn't have made sense. He's at 47. Point totals, we know it's him. Huberdeau, Ebbs. We had a great season there by Dougie. So I think some pieces are in play for next season. That's a key factor for us here. Taking a look at our goaltenders. Again, their numbers didn't skate. If anything, their goals against average actually dropped.
Yeah.
So
10 shoutouts on the prime time.
we are set up to see an interesting offseason, boys and girls. So we leave you here. Do us a favor. Go hit that like button as hard as you possibly can on these videos. We're going to rebuild this team. We got 3 seasons left to make a championship team happen. I can speak English, I promise. You guys are going to want to stay tuned for that. Who knows what you might be seeing the next season? What players might still be here? What might not? So hit like, turn notifications on with the subscription, join the MMC Nation, MMC family growing every day. Of course, leave your fire comments.
You're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna
Share the vids. Let's make some magic, guys. In the description below, all of our social media pages are there for you, all ready to go. You know what else is down there? Promo codes. And I'll leave you here. Chef Tom, an eventful episode. We're over 500 in season number 2.
I just gotta know who won. Gotta know.
So as they play it out, how do you play off our viewers out?
Thanks for tuning in, boys and girls. Not obviously what we expected. I really want to say next year, if we are going to make progress, we are going to make progress in this franchise with the Leafs. Bare minimum, we got to make the playoffs next year.
Yep.
Let's set that as a goal. Won't know. Let's watch it.
3 playoffs.